All right, on to your question, Raz. So right now, I would say if we're talking strictly solo queue meta, Olaf is probably A plus to S minus tier. He's like right on the cusp. So normally, typically, what I would think of like as an S tier jungler is like Sejuani, Zac, Kha'Zix, Graves, who else? Olaf, and then I think that's it for as far as like the S tier, the actual S tier junglers go. Everyone else is like weak in some sort of way. The thing is that Lee Sin obviously is gonna pretty much always be S tier, or at least A tier or A plus tier. I mean, so the thing with Olaf is that most, if not all, of his jungle matchups, there's only like one or two actual like bad jungle matchups, but those can easily be like not necessarily a bad jungle matchup if you play them correctly. So like a good example is like Kha'Zix, right? Kha'Zix can invade you, he can kill you in the 1v1 because of the isolation damage, right? So if so a way around that is you can actually just basically ward your buffs, do non-standard buff. So you can go basically red to blue and then clear the small camps. And you can do literally any clear with Olaf, so that's the best part. So with that flexibility in mind, your 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 bad matchups, as they're called, like aren't even necessarily like bad. It's more of like how you're going to play the matchup is going to differ from matchup to matchup. So half of the matchups, so like basically all the tanky junglers are ones that you can invade. There are also ones where you can cheese them because your clear is going to flat out be faster early on in the game. Someone like a Lee Sin, you can kind of cheese him. So you can kind of cheese the buff because he doesn't necessarily have the fastest clear per se. So you can do the classic what is it? Red buff into, what do you call it? Red buff into, or red buff. Why do I keep saying red buff? You can go, if you're blue side, you can go blue buff to their red. I mean, it works both sides, but the easiest way is to do it because you have the top laner there, and that's the only thing you have to deal with. You don't have to deal with the bot lane, and then your blast cone is like the perfect way out of a fight, essentially, as far as like the invade goes. I need to add these. Okay, cool. I keep forgetting to add these. What else? So that's why like overall he's very good at the moment. He's probably top either 10 to 15 junglers. I wouldn't say there's anyone better than him at the moment. Especially if you're like more knowledgeable about like what could possibly happen in the early game. So here, let me see. Where's the jungle game I lost? Let me see if I can find a jungle win. All right. Well, I'll go over this replay. So Olaf at S tier or A tier, one of the two, because of his clear and his mid to early game is very, very strong. So, what else? Matchups, he's also very good with as well. He doesn't have a whole lot of like bad matchups, and if they're bad, like I said, you can work around. Where the fuck is? All right, whatever. Yeah, he's definitely a very viable solo queue pick. He's just not played a lot for some reason, and I think that's because of like you have to be able to take advantage of his early game. Because if you don't, if you just sit back and farm for the first like 5-10 minutes of the game, then you're gonna run into a bad time.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
What do we have here? Oh yeah. So with Olaf, I pretty much always start. So okay, let me pause it right here because I've already started the cheese. So let me actually rewind it real quick. Because I literally have already talked about. Alright, so this matchup in particular, it's a jungle. It's a jungle Gragas. He is a tank. He's got low clear speed. I have a high clear speed. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to see if I can get this cheese, right? So what I do is I walk up and I ward his raptors. So if we do this, this gives me the vision on raptors, right? So this means that I can clearly see that he's not starting raptors, right? So I know, for a fact that he is not, he's not starting like Raptors standard. Okay, sorry, just updating the title. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, right? So if you're in a jungle against a jungle tank, you pretty much start blue. You use 2 Qs at most. I guess 3. 3 is probably the most you're gonna want to do because I'm starting red buff. So I guarantee you by now he's probably starting a second buff, especially with him just now showing. Look at that. Look at how low he is compared to me. Granted, and you also want to make sure that you get this smiteless as well. So if I see him at chickens, so I put down the ward and I see that I know he's not starting it. That's very important to this cheese. Because if I see him, I fucking go to the beginning. Okay, so this ward lasts. Fuck, I can't actually see. I want to say it's past 1:30 is when it starts. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Okay, so the buff started. If I pause it right here, I know for a fact he's not starting chickens. So that's the standard start right now for literally any jungler right now, is to do raptors. You hit level 2 on raptors, clear the camp, do red, and then you go wolves, and then blue buff, and then from there, the choice is yours. You could start red and then do chickens, and then go up that way because you're gonna waste a little bit less time going from here down back up, basically. However, it doesn't make that much of a difference, but then you also lose time on your red, and that's kind of important, especially early game for Olaf. So let me unpause it. So I know he doesn't start chickens, right? So why wolves and blue? So basically, so if I do this, and then this, I'll be level either 2 or just on the cusp of level 3, somewhere around there. I'm pretty sure if you clear wolves, you hit 3, and then from there you'll hit 3 if you do what is it? I forget how many camps. I don't remember how many camps. So I know he doesn't start chickens. So that means that he's not starting on this bottom side of the map because he's not going to start red. His bottom lane is showing. And this is all while I'm simply doing the blue buff. This is all information that's just straight up given to me by the map, right? It doesn't mean you're just simply reading the map. So I know I'm free to literally go and invade this. Because look at this, hasn't even started his second camp. Oh, he just finishes his second camp and I'm taking his red. Look at that, gone. And then I make sure I take the blast cone out. Look at that, he went 2 CS. So now, what is he going to do? Oh, well, obviously he's going to go to chickens. From here, I finish out my, what is it? My standard clear. I think here, what was it? Oh yeah, that's what was happening. I remember now. This is where I just roll up with Ghost, get a kill, and then push out the lane. So now I'm level 4, he's still level 3, and I haven't even cleared my top side. So Let me back up and see what Gragas did here. Just to see. Okay, so he cleared his chickens. He probably went top. No. If I'm trying to do a level blue, if I'm trying to do a blue to red cheese, it's kind of a waste of my time. Because I don't. It's not that I can't kill him in the one-on-one. It's that I guess it mostly depends on how pressured his lanes are. So like, if I were to invade him, actually that's not a bad time to invade. Actually, but I wanted to hit level 3 before him. Okay, so this is what the Gragas did. He cleared his wolves and then tried to gank top, and then that's all he did. That's what he did while I got a kill, got all that XP, and shoved in the lane bot lane to what do you call it? So now from here I go to red because I wanna secure my red, and on the off chance that he actually starts on the off chance he actually just does go to my red and he's smart, because he only showed on the map from that gank and that's it. Yeah, that's a lot. Even though I have 2 CS on him, I've got a kill, I now have an XP advantage, and I'm still farming. I think I recall now? No, I take chickens. Look at that. Look at that level up. Level 5. 5 minutes into the game. I'm on pace with solo lanes right now, and he is behind. Right? That's a big difference right there. So XP is the biggest thing. So Olaf, probably level 3, level 4 is your most potent gank because it's so early on and all that good stuff. Do I make it to him? Yeah, this is basically what I'm looking at right here. Do I die here? Damn straight I die. Oh, psych! That man took the hit for me. That's great, actually. And then I get ballsy and take that. So now it's just pretty simple clear. I'm clearing until I hit 6 is the big thing. And I give away my blue. So then I know his red's about to be up, right? So I mean I can also gank bot lane. So I take this. I think he... Oh shit. Psych, that's a lie. I just go ham. We take this fucking free-ass dragon. That's what we do. So Olaf can pretty much solo any dragon except for Wind at level 5. Look at this. He didn't even do his fucking red. Look at that. What a beast. That's hilarious. I walked up. So he loses another red and another blast cone for free. Oh, I guess I probably should have taken the blast cone out, to be honest. But well, the thing is that I'm going aggro because, like I said, his clear is not good. He's very slow. He's probably going to be at lower health than I will be. I clear faster than him. It's also about pressure on your lane. So I'm pretty sure mid was like right here and bot lane was shoved in. So it's free. So I could just take it and get out. And he can't contest me. Alright, so he has so far out of this 10-minute game hasn't gotten a single fucking red. A single red. Meanwhile, I've gotten 1, 2, 4 right now. That's my 4th one. Damn. You got his flash out of it. So, right? So, with his flash down and CDR boots, the goal now is to just basically... Oh, wait, I think I remember this. Do I die here? I swear to God if I die. Oh, I traded. That's not bad. Fuck. To be honest, at that point, I got caught out a little bit, but I wanted to take Hero because I didn't have anything else to take. He didn't have any buffs up. I didn't want to bother with his small camps. Typing, that's why I was AFK there. So it's not much of a point. When is... I don't think Dragon's up for a minute. Oh, this guy's just fucking dead AF. Now, I feel like I could have outplayed him there, but I didn't. but I traded 1 for 1. That's That's whatever. Did he get anything? He didn't get a buff or anything out of it. He got my ghost though. That's kind of important. What am I trying to do here? Oh, yeah. Remember, he doesn't have flash. Damn. Now I'm just in his fucking jungle. Oh my god. There's a whole lot of action going on, and this red buff is like, what do you call it, like 50 billion times? Oh, I think I went to smite it there too. I'm like hella low HP right now, and I take that as a sign to go mid lane. So now we're gonna get a lot of attack speed and go to the dragon. I think I actually go to kill him here. Look at that. So I forced him over the wall because I know he's gonna try and steal it, and it's still at 1 KL, so it's not even possible for him to steal that. So okay, so early game is what matters. So in order of importance, you want your first level 4 gank to be successful. So it depends on matchups in top lane and then how pushed bot lane is. So regardless of who actually wins bottom lane, it's mostly important about like using your time wisely. So if bot lane's like hella shoved in, if they're literally under their turret and there's 0 wards, or like I had the opportunity to come all the way around this way, go the long way, and get a nice deep flank on the enemy, with Ghost, they're not going to get away. If you're here, regardless of if you have flash or not, a level 4 ganking Olaf with Ghost and double buffs is going to kill both of you. It doesn't matter. You just die because you're slowed, your auto attack with true damage, your true damage, you're just dead. So another thing too with top lane though is that because it's such a long lane, you want to basically use your Ghost to like run them down. So, and that's your first gank. Once you hit about level 5, nearing level 6, that's when you want to look to solo the Drake. So, like I said, it depends on the Drake. You basically solo any Drake except for Wind Drake here. What I do is usually I'll take a pink ward, snatch it in my inventory, place it down within the pit, and then once it's placed down, so I'll place it down before I start, and then that basically any wards they have within the pit are null. They can't use them. It doesn't give them any information. So if there was actually a ward in here, it would just show the control ward. It wouldn't show me. It wouldn't show the dragon. It wouldn't show anything else. So what was it? So it's important to get down the vision control when you're going to solo drakes. What is it? So that's the other thing too, is that you have to have your skirmishers or your upgraded jungle item. You don't have to have the enhancement or whatever. You just have the completed item. So like the red smite, blue smite, green smite, have any of those smites, you will basically be able to solo dragon. Now the reason why I take red 99% of the time is because of the bonus attacks dealing, or what is it? If I smite an enemy and marks them, I get basic attacks that do bonus true damage over 3 seconds, and their damage is reduced by 20%. 20% is a lot of damage reduction. Especially when Warwick's level 1E, I think is 30%. That's a lot. It's a lot of damage reduction, period. That doesn't matter what items I have, I'm going to take like no damage. So I'm taking reduced damage and I'm dealing extra damage for just auto attacking people. Once again. Do I die for it? Yeah, I do. You damn straight I do. I didn't even, what do you call it here? Ooh. Oh, wait, nice. That was a good cleanup. And a free turret. So it's like, look at that. I only have 3 kills, but I don't have a whole lot going on. But because I have tankiness from Cinder Hulk, I'm ahead of this guy in XP and levels by, let's see how much, by quite a lot, almost an entire level's worth of XP. And that's mostly due to me picking up waves here and there, knowing where to rotate, all that type of stuff. So if you're a jungle and you have a lead, now the only real issue is that you can't really like force things. The only thing you can really quote unquote force is either pressure in the jungle, or you can focus like objectives. So like Herald or Dragon. You can't really force like a turret. Now that also really depends on what do you call it? So if I were to back this up here, and this is before that big ass fight that just happened. So basically this is what I'm looking at and what I'm walking down into. So regardless of their summoners, I know I can kill both of them. I know once she dead, once Kate dies, he's basically dead. So I ghost instantly here. She's an idiot and decides to do that. And then she flashes. So I smite her immediately. I think I autoed the turret here. I can't see. I get hooked. He autos the turret as well. I miss a Q. I take a turret. So from here I need to just GTFO. That was a beautiful ultimate and a beautiful plays by the what do you call it here? So I've already expended my entire kit, by the way, and I'm low as fuck, but I have smite. So let's see the turnaround here. So I know for a fact I can get knocked up, that's fine, but I want to avoid it. I'm just abiding my time until I can actually get a nice, what do you call it on him? I shouldn't have went to pick up the axe. And basically they're both dead. Look at that. This is right. I didn't even force that. I didn't even force that, right? Now this next turn in mid lane is what I forced. So this is before I rotate up, I'm thinking, oh, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. So you have these two that are up. And this turn's about half HP. They're probably gonna rotate bot lane, so I can just run mid. I have red buff, boom, full HP. I use that to see any wards when there is none. I run up here, get the wave. Literally, as the wave hits the turret, I'm full HP, and this guy's not going to do any damage to me. And as a plus, the more he attacks me, the more damage I get, or the more faster attack speed. So this is me forcing objectives. And that's because I know he doesn't have TP, and I know that he just spawned, right? So I guess that's more of like a rotation there. No, I definitely forced this. This is where I forced, because once I ghosted, basically once I ghost from a distance, that's me forcing the play. I'll show you the exact point in which I forced it is right about here. Once I ghost, I'm forcing it. So this is me forcing the play. This is me going, I'm 100% diving him all the way up to like this point. That's basically how far I will dive. Right, because I have ghost. I look at this movement speed, 500 movement speed. I even fucking take turret shots, and now I'm chilling. Now I'm just backing off. That's not my ghost, that's Cassiopeia's ghost. So I haven't countered anything. The only thing I did was force a literal turret dive. I missed this axe. Don't worry about that axe, okay? I get a nice setup slow for the Fiora. And that's me forcing a play, because I forced that turret dive and everything else was reactionary on the enemy. Right? And then this is me also forcing the turret in mid lane. So I'm forcing it. I say force because it's just like I'm not caring about what the enemy is doing. So regardless of who is going to come, because I know only a certain number of champions can be coming to this turret, I can just tank whoever. I can tank anyone. The axe was kind of important because I feel like I could have saved the Cassiopeia, but it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So now, what is it? So I do that ward sweep right there to make sure that they can't set up for any Rift Herald plays in case they have any wards in my jungle. And then I also don't want to show them me recalling either, because then if they know that I'm recalling, like if I'm sitting on a ward and recalling, they're just gonna force a turret or do something. So this is something a lot of junglers don't do right now. So for example, that Kha'Zix is a perfect example. He probably would have finished his camp, recalled, gone to base, and then walked all the way the fuck back to mid. Instead, I see with my eyes 5 goddamn champions on the fucking screen, so I go, hey, I should probably be here to defend this turret. So I do that. Not a lot of people do that. And now they're running away. Most likely because Cass got in there. Right? So once again, this is me forcing it. I'm just going ham in the fucking paint. See? See how far I dove? Basically, you need to be going that fucking deep every single time. Because if the enemy doesn't respect... So most of the time, enemies aren't going to respect your damage. That's fine. That happens. But the thing is that they need to respect your engage range, essentially. So your undertow spam or your axe wonk, whatever you want to call it, isn't even necessarily like an engage. It's like a half-assed attack because it's just a repeated slow. Oh yeah, you definitely do need to go that. So, but the thing is, like, I go that deep because I know I can go that deep, not just because I want to go that deep, or like, there's a requirement other than me knowing that I can go that deep. The thing is, like, not a lot of Olaf players probably would have been willing to go from here way the fuck down to here, past the fucking inner turret. We still got that turret, by the way, after me diving in past it. So like, that's pretty much it. So if you don't, if let's say I'm Gragas right now, let's say I'm 4-3-5, have 60 CS, even though I have 90 on him, and then I'm level 10. Damn, I am outscaling him completely. Now the thing is, like, if your early game doesn't go well, you basically can't afford to go aggressive items. Now, in this game in specific, I have a Fjord top lane and a Cassiopeia mid. They're all deep. My entire team, except for myself, is literal DPS. So with that being said, I basically just need to engage on enemies and then just be tanky as fuck. That's all I gotta do. Because if everyone's focusing me and I'm tanking for forever, I've done my job. That's literally all I need to do. Does he get hit? Yeah, he gets hit. Get fucked. Oh shit, I think I remember this. Do I ghost? I have ghost up. Oh, I get stunned. Is where I get CC stack. Good lord. So this is probably my only real mistake of the game so far, is not going too deep here, but not anticipating the CC stack. So basically, right about here is when I should have ulted. I should have immediately ulted. Instead, I ulti. Hold on, I actually want to see that, like how close it was, because that's like extremely close. My reaction time must be really bad then. It's after the stun? Okay, okay. This is as slow as it possibly can get. Let me see. Oh my god. That's very close. That's very fucking close. Oh my god. Did I fucking break the replay? Hold on. Oh my god, I broke the replay. Fuck. I broke the replay. Alright. Anyways. That's pretty much that. That's pretty much it for the what do you call it? That's pretty much it for like early game jungle. That's the thing, especially with Olaf jungle, is that you need to have an early game presence. Otherwise, your like ridiculously good early game just goes to waste, and you can't really do a whole lot. Like you can go like tankier, but the thing is like, or not tankier, but like more damage oriented. But it's more situational to go like a Triforce jungle than you are um in situations where like you were to go cleaver. What do you mean by when should you be doing your camps? Basically, you should be doing your camps as like an in between. So if I know where the enemy jungler is, I should be invading them as opposed to doing my own camps. My own camps aren't going to go anywhere, right? Or if they are, he's going to do my camps. Oh well. But if, say, especially with buffs too, specifically, like I said, where I knew he started blue buff, so I can go straight to his red buff, and that's a free red buff. No one can stop me, basically. And then with the information, so the thing is too is that with that play, the thing with that play too, in specific, is that I didn't even have to commit to that play until I knew he wasn't bot side. Once I know he's not bot side, I am free to commit to that play. Or I should say I'm not forced to commit to that play. So I just used a ward. Woohoo. It's not like Gragas can invade me and kill me or some stupid shit like that, right? He can't. I obviously kill him in the one-on-one. But the fact that I saw his bot lane, I saw his mid lane, and I didn't see his top lane, and he didn't start his chickens, which means I know he didn't just solo red buff. You don't do that with Gragas. So with that, I know I'm good to invade. Now, champions like who is it? Like a Kha'Zix or whatever, you have to basically go like an anti-cheese path. And that essentially is you going chickens to red to blue, and that's your, and then go from there. You just roll. Because you need to basically secure your buffs, and then you also need to safely secure your buffs too. That's the biggest thing. Because if Kha'Zix catches you, so if let's say I do wolves, so right, so I delay the time in which I take blue buff. So if I do that, it that could potentially cause a problem because he could be sitting literally inside of the blue buff brush waiting for me, and then he can just instantly kill me. I don't have flash because I'm all off, and then he has flash, and then he can just close the gap and just kill me. So stuff like that, you need to focus on clearing your buffs and then doing your camps, as opposed to doing your camps. That's, I think, the best part about Olaf in specific, is that you can start any camp. You can start fucking, what do you call it? You can start Krugs and go the entire. You can do your. You can solo your entire jungle. And look at a practice tool just to show you. Let me go back to cool. Where is, there's that. S tier jungler, cool. All right. And that's it, and that's more or less for champs where they can invade you and kill you on the 1v1. So stuff like Lee Sin or like a Graves, they're less likely to choose you, but they're more likely to invade you. Because they can't just flat out kill you in the 1v1 like a Kha'Zix can. Kha'Zix probably the only champion in jungle wise or jungle meta that can just straight up 1v1 you early game. Every other champ kind of can't do that at the moment, which is why it's so good. Let me just go ahead and TP me. How about you teleport me? And how about you spawn jungle camps? Alright, this is me clearing my entire jungle with Olaf, right? Ooh, we're getting close there. See, this is why cheese is really effective against you, because you have to get low to clear faster. I only used one pot there. Didn't even use smite either. Might have to actually use smite against this camp. Yep. And that's because I haven't hit level 2. And that right there is like an exact reason why I don't die. Got it. Can I do chickens? No, I can't do chickens. I don't have enough mana. Rip. I will do chickens later though. So you actually don't want to start. Yeah, that's why you don't want to start. What do you call it? You don't want to start Krugs because they don't even give you level 2, and that was like my entire mana bar. That's rip. I mean, that's not to say it's not a, what do you call it, a potentially viable start given a certain situation, but what's it? We'll do this. By the time I'm done with this, I'll have smite up, or I should have smite up for that. Yeah, I'm even gaining HP back. Oh well, I guess time to solo this buff. Yeah, so right now, like, look at that. Soloed the entire jungle with no fucking, what do you call it? No no leash whatsoever, and I'm level 4. I cleared all my camps except for raptors, which I would go do obviously because I have what do you call it? Because I have mana now. But so let's say I'm facing a Kha'Zix. I do raptors, hit 2, do this, and then I run straight to blue buff. Now the problem is Kha'Zix could be literally right fucking there, right? I ghosted for the chickens, by the way. So Kha'Zix could have invaded me. That'll be, you know, that's obviously a problem. So the thing is that where is he going to this is a combination of a couple things. So the first thing is that my mid has pressure just from minions, my top does not. So however, with that being said, mid is closer, so I actually should be confident I can throw a Q over the wall if he's sitting there. I can basically throw a ward over the wall to see if he's there. I could do basically, you know, whatever to double check that he's not there. Thing is that he just has to not be there. And if he is there, you basically concede it, you check how much CS he has, and then you figure out basically what his route was. So earlier I said how I said the Gragas had went what was it? I knew he went blue buff, Gromp, or what was it? No. It was blue buff, wolves, and then red or some shit like that when he ganked. And that was because I knew his CS score. So you're right, you can only have a certain number of CS when you do each camp, right? Because chickens is like a bajillion. This is one. So if he comes out level 3 and I see he's got, oh, how many fucking chickens are there? Hold on, let me just spawn camps real quick. And then TP right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So if he comes out with, let's say 10, let's say he's got 10 CS and he's level 3, and he's got both blue buffs. So you just subtract the singles. There's 1, there's 2, so that's 8. He's got 8 CS left that he could be So he obviously didn't take these. He didn't take Krugs because his CS would be too high.
Minions have spawned.
So there's 8. So you can assume that he did these then. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's only 2 more. So actually that could be possible. Hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Wait. No. So that's what he. So if he had 10 CS, this is actually what he would have done. So that means, and he's level, let's say 3. So that means he did chickens, he did red, he did blue buff, he did gromp, and then he did a scuttle crab. And then, right? So then I also know what the only thing I wouldn't know is what he started, but I would know that based on who shows up in lane first. But if say, what is it? Say I only get his CS and he only has a red buff. I can calculate, okay, what all does he have of top side left over, right? I can also go, oh, I know you're going to be down here. I can counter gank and then do my own route down here towards your team, essentially, right? Let me give myself gold. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to do this for you real quick with that. And let's say, where's a pink word? Okay, cool. All right. I'm literally going to solo this for you. Level 5. That was a really early smite, but whatever. So let me give me HP, give me mana, and let me spawn a Cloud Drake so I can show you. So Cloud Drake is the hardest because it has the highest base attack speed. So look, range attacker with quick breath grants your team this. Okay, so basically, yeah, it does 100 basically per. Oh shit, I don't have, what do you call it? Let's just say I have a free smite. Auto refresh cooldowns real quick. Okay. Let's pretend I did this. This is after smiting twice already. Not necessarily. Oh my god. Look at that. That was even with fucking 2 smites and auto refreshing my cooldowns. Goddamn. Mana. Cool. Let me TP back and then. Okay, so now I'm gonna legitimately do it actually. Where is Spawn Cloud? Okay. Yeah, so the reason why it's the hardest to kill is that dragons do percent current HP, and Cloud Drake has an attack speed buff. Look at this shit. I don't even think I could do this actually. With 2 smites, it's cutting it close, boy. If I wouldn't E'd. If I would not have E'd, I would have not died to it. Rip. Let me instantly revive. And we'll try that again. We try this again. I don't even think I can do it without 2 smites, to be honest. Yeah, I can do it without, with only 1 smite, but I have to smite it in the middle. Woo! That was hella close. So yeah. So you can solo it, but you have to smite it like near the middle. And then you was it what else? I'm trying to think. So yeah, I didn't even smite with W up either. That gives me 253. So let's auto refresh versus that was like 100. I'm pretty sure. Right. So let's do. So 178 is what it gave me versus 196. So that's a difference of almost 20 HP. Warrior depends. So if I'm allowed to go like a bruiser type, I'd do that. That's a pretty good yeah. W gives increased healing on all sources. That's why literally wait, where is it? That's why okay. Fuck, what's something oh, let me spawn a Cloud Drake actually, real quick. So I can show you. So W is literally every single healing source. I'm just gonna E here and auto attack it so I can get less HP. Okay, cool. Okay, get the fuck away from me, Drake. Go do your thing. Okay. So I'm gonna hit one. I got 48 from it. So if I W, I get 64. It's based on percent missed healing HP. And it stacks, what is it, multiplicatively with Spirit Visage, so it's only like a 60% increased healing if you're at like 1 HP or whatever. So it applies on like everything. It's all healing. So that includes the lifesteal that I'm getting from this. 251 as opposed to 158. Like it's good, basically. Basically, whenever you're gonna heal, you want to do this. You just want to W before. What is it? Let me fucking find one. There we go. It's only spell vamp. Spell vamp's 10%. That's okay. So out of your E, let's say I would heal 10%. So I only heal 10 HP. So it reduces the cost by almost a third. That's pretty good for spell vamp. Because true damage actually applies to spell vamp, by the way. What else? And then the 10% lifesteal as well. You like all hunched over and shit. Yeah, oh yeah, that's bad for your back. All right, so what else? What else is another? I wish I could spawn on the other side. So, right, so if I were to do this, like I said, the similar conditions, or start blue, just smite this to get it down. All right, so I know exactly where he's at. I can, I can run all the way around. I gotta run all the way over here. Now, normally, what I'll do is I'll auto attack it once, bring it into this brush. Bringing it into this brush is the most important step. And the reason for that is that, so most junglers, when they walk in, let me just fucking smite shit out of here. Go aggro somewhere else, you bum. So right, imagine if it was not there. So let me just fucking smite it, I guess. I probably should just did that. Right. So imagine it's not here. So this is my jungle, right? So let's say I roll up into my jungle and I don't see the red buff. So normally a good player will check this brush right here. They'll throw a skill shot, they'll ward it, they'll do something, right? A good player will. Bad players go, oh, he took my red. I better just go to chickens. Meanwhile, I'm literally inside of this brush, taking his red, hoping to God he doesn't actually face check. I can't tell you how many times on stream where on my other account that's fucking platinum where I've done that. where I've literally taken his buff and he's not even a foot away from me. The other thing too is that as you're taking it, you don't want to throw your Q outside of the brush and they can see it. That's bad. So usually what I'll try to do is I'll try to throw it into the wall. That's the best spot to do it, is to throw it into the wall. Yeah, that's the best way, because then you automatically pick it up. It's like what is it with your boy Gromp over here, where if you have a blue buff, you just spam the fuck out of it and it automatically picks it up. Oh, I guess it would hold on, let me spawn in clamps. Let me turn off HP and mana. Well, no, just cooldown. So this is literally what it'd be like. Right, so I'm literally spamming Q into the wall. Bye, Grump. But so like that, because basically I have 100% uptime because I'm auto attacking and I'm picking up my axe, because my axe has to go a minimum distance, and my hitbox is literally inside of the axe. So it's just like if you Q into the wall, you'll automatically pick it up. Whereas like if I do the minimum distance, I won't pick it up. But if I throw it there, because this is less than this, right? This distance here, it's because your Q doesn't go through walls anymore, or doesn't like stick in walls like it used to. Like I used to be able to Q right there. Yeah, I used to, unless you Q over the wall, then it actually travels through. But you used to basically, if you threw your axe in the middle of the terrain, it would just be in the middle of the terrain, and you can't do anything. You just get fucked. Whereas like now it doesn't go through walls anymore unless you specifically throw it past the wall. Let's see. Warrior. So Warrior depends. It's more situational than Cinderhulk. That's like, what is it? It's like I was saying earlier, where like you can go Triforce on Olaf jungle and you can go, like whatever, but it mostly depends on yeah, I fuck up a lot of those axes too, where it's just like where let's say they're in that brush and I throw it here and they're walking upwards and then they don't walk upwards and they walk down, and it's just like, well, I have to choose between my axe or my Q. I'm fucked because you lose DPS. You lose so much DPS waiting for that. Look at that. It's like 6 seconds. Yeah, it's like a 6-second cooldown, and I'm just like chasing auto attacking. That's a waste of time. That's so bad. Yep, basically you gotta down pat. What as far as like now, that also depends on call it as well, like how badly you're snowballing. So normally if you're like doing some crazy shit in the jungle, right, and you're like super fucking fed or whatever, let's say you'd definitely want to finish your single health first, unless you're rolling. If you're rolling, then you would just straight up go into your Triforce or your Cleaver. So your best bet is to literally buy a Phage and sit on it and get a feel of like how the game is actually going. So if you're in a situation where there aren't any tanks on the enemy team, or if they are tanks, it's like just straight all off tanks. So like bruisery tanks basically. Then that gives you an option to go Triforce, but you can sit on the Phage and basically go, do I want the more expensive Phage, or do I want the more expensive Triforce, and I'm going to be able to do more DPS, or do I want the less expensive Cleaver for a little bit more damage, and it's also going to be helping out my team, right? So if there's a situation where you're ridiculously fed, they have no tanks on their team, and you can actually go Triforce, yeah, go Triforce. The problem with me constantly recommending to go Triforce is that people will go Triforce in like every situation, as opposed to doing it in just one specific case. Because that's probably the only acceptable time that I would say to go Triforce, is if you're ridiculously fed and the enemy has no tanks. Um, but that's why I say more or less to go cleaver, just because it's not like oh, what is it? It's not like you're going like frozen gauntlet on Olaf, which is incidentally pretty bad, by the way. It's not like you're building this. Like its components are nice, but its end result is crap for Olaf. You don't want only armor and CDR and mana. That's a waste. You need HP to make your Ragnarok be useful. But so if you have enough to buy the Triforce, sure, buy it. But like I said, it's super situational when it's easier to just say, oh, just buy Cleaver in every situation. Um,